How yogis collapse time loops through presence. Have you ever walked into a moment that felt familiar? A conversation repeating, a pattern cycling, an emotion you've lived 100 times before, almost like you're stuck in a loop, not of thought, but of time itself. This is not just déjà vu. This is a karmic pattern, a wheel of energy and memory repeating itself through space and perception. But there is a secret known to ancient yogis. Time does not move in a straight line. It spirals, it repeats, and with stillness, with deep awareness, you can break the loop, you can collapse it, you can step out of recurrence and into presence, into the timeless field where no pattern survives. Today we explore how this works, why time loops form, and how the awakened ones dissolve them through awareness alone. Section 1. What is a time loop? A time loop is not just a sci-fi idea. In yogic psychology, it's very real. A time loop is a recurring pattern of experience, a psychic groove laid down by karma, a repeating emotional cycle that feels inescapable, a loop of identity that reasserts itself over and over. These loops aren't just mental, they're pranic, they're energetic. They live in your subtle body, your breath, your habits of speech, and even the way your eyes move. Time loops are not just things that happen to you, they are fields you unconsciously participate in. They are sustained by thought repetition, emotional reactivity, fear, resistance, unconscious embodiment of the past until they are seen, and then they begin to dissolve. Section 2. Time in Yogic Cosmology. In the ancient view of time, past and future are not far away. They are layers of the present. The Upanishads hint at this. What was is, what is will be, and all of it is now. Time is seen as cyclical, not linear. Each action, called karma, creates an impression. Each impression shapes perception, and each perception becomes an echo that calls more of the same. This creates loops, lifetimes repeating, relationships recurring, inner conflicts cycling again and again. The yogi understands time is not the jailer, the ego is, and the key to freedom is not escape, but direct presence. Section 3. The loop ends where awareness begins. The moment you step into full presence, the loop has no more fuel. Why? Because all patterns feed on the past. They feed on memory, on projection, on fear. But presence is fresh. It has no history. It is not repeating anything. It simply is. This is why great yogis appear so still, so calm, so radiant. They are not in the loop anymore. They are in now. And now is not a place. It is a frequency, a field that dissolves karma without resistance. Section 4. How time loops form. Time loops form through repeated reactions to the same stimulus. Holding on to identity, this always happens to me. Unresolved emotion that resurfaces in disguise. Subtle energy patterns that have not yet been witnessed fully. Each time the loop occurs, the energetic pathway gets stronger, just like water carving deeper into stone. Soon you don't even notice it happening. You think, this is just my life, but it's not. It's a groove, and grooves can be unwound. Section 5. How presence collapses the loop. Presence is not the absence of thought. It is the absence of identification with thought. When you become aware of a loop without reacting, without feeding it, you interrupt the cycle. Here's how. 1. Name the loop. Notice it arising. Ah, this old feeling again. 2. Hold presence gently. Do not resist, just watch. 3. Feel the energy underneath, not the story, the pulse. 4. Breathe deeply. Inhale into the sensation. Exhale with awareness. 5. Do not act it out. Let it rise. Let it dissolve. The loop loses momentum because you are no longer unconsciously spinning inside it. And what remains? Stillness, clarity, freedom, not through force, but through pure present awareness. Section 6. The collapse feels like, when a loop truly dissolves, the moment often feels like a sudden exhale, a quiet expansion inside the chest, a strange weightlifting, a calm that feels deeper than peace, a sense that you no longer need to do anything. It may also feel like nothing, just silence, just presence. And that's the point. The pattern is gone, and the absence feels spacious. You are now standing in a moment that is no longer connected to the past, and in that silence, new perception arises, new insight, new possibility. This is liberation, not cosmic, but immediate. You are no longer a puppet of history. You are awareness itself. Section 7. Practices for breaking loops. If you feel caught in a time loop, try these practices. Steady gazing quiets the thought loop. Japa. Repeating a mantra breaks the inner monologue. Yin yoga. Long-held postures bring unconscious tension to light. Walking meditation. Watching each step teaches presence in motion. Antarmona. Inner silence technique. Watch thoughts rise and fall like waves, untouched. The more you sit with these, the more clearly you'll see the loop, and the more easily it will fade. Section 8. Collapsing loops across lifetimes. Some loops don't come from this life. They are ancient, but even these can be met with presence. You don't need to know the story. You don't need to name the trauma. You only need to stay present as the energy passes through. It may take one breath, it may take years, but with each moment of stillness you are loosening the threads of time. You are untangling the soul from the weight of memory. You are collapsing the past with the light of now, and that is the deepest form of healing. Final reflection. Time loops end not with struggle, but with presence. The yogi does not run from patterns. He turns inward, holds them in awareness, and watches them dissolve like mist in sunlight. In your stillness, every loop ends, every cycle fades, and all that remains is freedom.